Hey guys, come on in for some happy hour fun. Tell me how you're doing today. So come on in, guys. I'm going to get this pulled up on the iPad so I can see your comments. But somebody let me know you can see and hear me okay. And I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. I actually know the correct day of the week today. Every now and then I'll hop in here and say happy whatever and it's the wrong day. So we do know it's Wednesday and I know that we all need a little break. So come on in here and let's have some fun. Hello Andrea and Brenda, glad y'all are here. You jumped on quick. Okay, you guys can help me decide. So I can do this project on tall and skinny or short and stubby. What do y'all think we should do? So tall or short, let's just say that, tall or short. Hello Lisa, how are you feeling today? I know you're going stir crazy and all of that. Okay, good, thanks Brenda. Hi April, how are you today? How's your Wednesday? I hope it's a little better than yesterday. Hi Cynthia, how are you doing today? You guys just come, I always want to know. So I'm not just saying that. Let me know in the comments. You can just say I'm doing good or I need prayer or, you know, I need this break or whatever it is. Hi Linda. Hi Anna. I'm so glad you ladies are coming on in. Hello Jeanette with Backroom Creations, you guys. Jeanette is fantastic at what she does. Please go follow her if you haven't. Mainly wreaths, but she does a lot of all kinds of crafts. So she's very talented. And I know as we get towards, you know, more fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas, lots of our friends are going to be looking for wreaths. So she's a great person to refer to. So tall or short? That's the question right now. So you guys type on in. Hi Christy, how are you today? Hi Elaine, I'm so glad. Okay, Elaine said tall. Cynthia said tall. And Karen said tall. We're going to go with tall. Thank you, Christy, for sprinkling. Gosh, I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. I'm going to take my heat gun and get this sticker off. So while y'all are spreading the grace, I'm going to take this sticker off and get started. So I gave y'all 2 hints today because anybody that's on my text list got the color hint. And then in the description of the video, I put a hint at, let's see, what did I say? Oh, at what it does. So did anybody catch all that? You have to be paying attention. Jerry's sleeping a lot. Oh, I know. I mean, I'm sorry. That doesn't surprise me. And I'm sure, guys, hold on one second. I hate to sand this with you guys here. I wish I knew how to mute it. I don't see anything, so I'm going to try to just do it really quickly and not real great. It feels pretty good. I should have sanded this before I started. I actually sanded the other one because I don't know why. I just probably assumed y'all were going to pick that one. So I didn't sand this one, but it's going to be fine. So this came from Target and it was $3. So you can, I think, I just took that sticker off, but I'm pretty sure it said 3. So you can use it as a tray, which is how it's intended, but I'm going to paint on it and we're going to make something else with it. You didn't see it? Okay, that's okay. You can start guessing as soon as you start figuring it out. Thank you, Karen, for spreading the grace. Lori, it's a little better today. You know, it just kind of is going back and forth. It's not been good all week. This is probably one of the hardest weeks I've had in a while, but I'm fine. It could be so much worse, and so many friends that we have it so much worse. So I really just can't complain. Good, Judy, how are you? Carol says, hello, how are you? Yes, a lot of them do, but a lot of them, Cynthia, I don't know what they have him on, but as they were trying to give my mom medication for anxiety because of her dementia, Alzheimer's, that made her sleepy, real sleepy. So then you kind of run into fall risks, which did happen with her. So, you know, it's really better if they don't have to give him a lot, but sometimes, you know, depending on his symptoms, they just kind of have to. And I know some of you ladies in the comments may be familiar with dementia and Alzheimer's and those kind of things. So feel free to let Cynthia know your experience and just kind of keep each other in your prayers because, you know, we're all dealing with so much. And boy, anyone that is dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's, I sure do feel for you, and I've been there. It's one of the hardest things that you'll go through and that you'll deal with. You can get through it, but you think you're not going to sometimes. So just rely on any friends and family you have, and if you don't have anybody near you, you rely on us here on my page and others like me who, you know, want to be there for you and can be there for you, at least on an emotional support side. So, okay guys, we're just getting on some of this green chalk paint. And this is Waverly. I thought this color was so pretty. It's called Malachite. So really pretty green. Y'all let me know as soon as you're starting to catch on to what we're doing. I know it'd be real hard at this point, but somebody will. It is really pretty, isn't it? Hello, Denise. How are you today? Not a witch, Linda. Not a witch. Thank you, Lori, for praying for our friend. I do sure keep you guys in my prayers, and I know everybody appreciates, even if just one prayer is spoken right here. You know, when you see something, go ahead and just utter up a prayer right then, and that way you've not forgotten and all that. But if you write them down, then that's a good one to write down. Mermaid, Tina, that's a good one too, but it's not a mermaid. We're thinking fall. So here's my thing. I am thinking way ahead. I'm doing fall right now. Before too long, I will start Christmas. Now, I will wait a little bit, but I know so many of you guys have your own business and need ideas, and you never know, some of these ideas would be great for something to sell or just spark in you. Like, it might not be a wood thing, but maybe you know, come up with a different way to market it and sell it. So I love kind of going ahead and sharing ideas early in advance to give you guys ideas. And not a scarecrow. And what else was I going to say about that? Well, all of the sales are starting to happen. You're starting to see, you know, the different events and the different you know, vendor sales at schools and at churches and convention centers and places. So people have to do that early, especially if you have to take 30 of one item. You know, you can't wait. So that's why some of us crafters are a little ahead of the game. We have to be. So bear with us. Okay, one more little edge to do. Ooh, Cynthia, are you the first one to guess that? That is it. So this, okay, when my mom was in assisted living or her memory care facility, one of the things that really brought her joy, because, you know, at that point when they are starting to really not have a lot of joy, whenever I would take her something I made, she would light up. And so I always handmade whatever it was for her door. And you know, she didn't know. I could have bought it, but I guess I knew, and she knew to a degree. She would say, you know, did you make this? And I'd say yes. Well, then, you know, the next day she wouldn't remember, or even later that day she wouldn't. But anyway, it's kind of fun to just do that for them, or do this for a teacher or your own home, you know, your porch, a kid's room. So don't think, when you see these ideas, don't think, oh, well, that's childish, I'm not going to do that, because you might want to do it for a nursing home, a teacher, like I said, or somebody else. So spread these ideas out there, because somebody will use it. Yes, you got it, Cynthia. Teal and orange pumpkins. Jeanette, last year I did one sideways and I did 3 pumpkins. It was really pretty, and I should do that on one of these. That would be really cute. Okay, let me just give this just a shot of heat and dry that off a little bit. And while I'm drying down here, I'm going to kind of fill in a little bit of these holes where I see. Because I'm trying to get by with just one coat of paint. I don't want to make this happy hours. I want to make it happy hour. So we'll see if we can get by on just one coat here. Hi, Denise. I'm good. Is green your favorite color? I love green. I know a lot of people don't love it, but it's really, I love green. Especially this is a really pretty one. And like I said, this was I believe a $3 board from Target. And they had it to where you could make a little tray out of it or use it as a tray. But I think using it for your sign is also super cute. It's just the perfect size for me. And the idea I'm going to do would be a adorable porch leaner. So think about that. Sometimes when you see the things that we make, making it into a porch leaner would be really cute. But, you know, I'd have to be outside to do that, and I have done that before. Hello, Kim. How are you today? He likes TV and food. Listen, that's okay. I think, you know, as we age, we've earned the right to just kind of have whatever we need and whatever we want, whatever brings us some joy. We had a very elderly friend who was in her 90s. And Ron was at the grocery store and saw her buying like a 12-pack of beer. And she kind of dodged him, but he's like, I don't care what you do. I mean, she's like 90-something, so whatever. If she needs a beer a day, have your beer. She's earned the right. Yeah, jewel green, it's so pretty. And of course, when I see this, I think of elves and Grinch. So this color will probably make another appearance. Okay. We're good. Sorry, that took a little longer than usual. You just made a Frank. Oh, Cynthia, I think I saw yours. That's probably what inspired me. I feel like I did see yours. Did you post it somewhere I would have seen it? Thank you for sprinkling, Judy. I appreciate you. And I'm sorry if I missed you. Hi, Denise. I can't remember if I said hi to you. But I'm so glad. Hi, Brookie. Hi, Lisa. You haven't painted a Frankenstein? I haven't done one in a couple of years either. Okay, so let's see. We're going to need to kind of sketch on, you know, hair. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where everything goes. You know, we're going to do one of those like stitches across the forehead. This is going to be like a big eyebrow kind of thing. And then I get quiet when I'm trying to do this kind of neatly and not too, is that pretty even? And then how's that? Let's see, is this going to look like Frankenstein? I don't know. Let's see. I think once I get his eyes, let me just draw a little bit more so I can see if this is going to actually look like, maybe that mouth is not quite right. Hold on. Hold please. Let's just see if we can get that mouth a little better. I wish I had your picture. Thundering in Tomball. Wow, it's sunny and warm here. Maybe a little more square is what I'm thinking for the mouth. I don't know. This is a Frankenstein inspired design. Okay, so I think that'll be okay. I think I need to paint this different down here so that we have a definition for his chin. I think that's what is throwing me off, is his chin was going to be way too long because this is a long board. Does it look okay, Denise? Oh, Lori, thank you. And thank you guys for the stars. I see 1,000. Thank you. Facebook makes us set a goal. They send me a thing and told me to set a goal. So I was like, okay, I'll set a goal. We'll see. I don't know what happens if I reach it, but I set it. So I just heard somebody talking about dream big. Stop dreaming so small and dream big. So I put a pretty big goal, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to go into this blue. This is Royal Navy, and just get on. Should we do navy? Should we do purple? I think I want purple. Oh, please. Thank you, guys. And when I say that, please don't think I'm asking. I've said this before. I don't care. You don't have to. And Christy, bless your heart, you do so much for me, and then on top of it, you give me stars. Please don't feel like you have to. Anybody. I appreciate it so much, but it's so not expected. You guys are amazing. He has a closed mouth with stitches, Carol. Well, darn. Not mine. Mine's gonna be a little different. I wish I had a... Let's see. I do. Let's get this purple. I think purple will be good. We're just making a Frankenstein inspired, so it's okay if it's different. Thank you, Lynn, for sprinkling. Okay, guys. We're on track. Now let me grab a different brush. You guys let me know what's going on today in your world on this Wednesday. Isn't this a pretty purple? And I like using these colors at Halloween, using the purple, orange, lime green, coarse black. So this will be just like his shirt, I guess. It'll look good on top of this green too, because that will make it just have a little darker undertone. So I kind of like that. Maybe he's wearing his Alzheimer's shirt. Oh, who said that? Was it Anna? Oh, hun, I'm so sorry. Of course, by accident. Did you get somebody to help you quickly? We've all done it. Everybody's probably done it. And if they don't admit it, that just means they don't want to admit it, but they've probably done it. So don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. Accidents happen, especially when we've got a lot on our mind. And you were right there with them, so I'm saying those things because I know you. I know you were just so upset with yourself, but it's just not that big of a deal when you're right there handy and can get them out, you know. This is Frank, Mary Beth. This is Frank. Frank lookalike, or Frank wannabe. I think he'll be a little different. I always say it's Dina inspired on Designs by Dina, and so this one will be Deb inspired. Just a Deb Frankenstein. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and get out some black and start doing some of the other stuff to him. Get this. Yeah, see, Tana? Yes, been there, done that. Yes, please, paramedic. Oh, no. Did you need a tow truck, or was that just some protocol they bring? What was with that? So sorry. We're not laughing at you. We're just, I know what a ordeal that must have been. But, you know what? You might have been in a wreck with those kids if had not for the delay that you had. So we're just going to go with it, right? You've never done this? Okay. Oh, yeah, of course not. Yeah, well, that's just it can happen to anybody. So just going over my chalk lines with this black, trying to go around my teeth. We will do those white. if you guys know of somebody that's done that, let us know, because we want to make Anna feel like she's not alone. This is, I know, probably one of the main things police get called for, because it's so easy to happen. You just leave your keys in there or whatever. Hi, Kim. How are you this evening? Thank you, Diana. He opened the door. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I'm sure I have done that. And you know, the old-fashioned cars were worse. At least now, like the car that I have now, it will beep if you leave your keys in there. So things like that are really helpful living in the busy days we're living in. Okay, so we're going to give him some big eyebrows. And I'm going to do something else. Like this might be a line kind of across his forehead, because I want to give him kind of some really weird eyebrows here right above his eyes. So see this big thick thing right here? I'm going to make that kind of like a big bushy eyebrow. So I guess we'll call this just a line above his head then, like wrinkle, big wrinkle or something. Okay. This is going to go really quick. Oh, Denise, I'm so glad you were able to get her out. Oh. If the keys are in the button, you can push on the handle. Oh, and it'll open them up, Cynthia? Oh, no, Teresa. Oh, and babies don't care. They don't understand, and they want that bottle right then. I'm like, do what you have to do, lady. Okay. Guys, I sure hope this ends up looking like a Frankenstein-ish piece. If not, we'll just call it a monster. A friendly monster. This would be so easy to make for a teacher or something, because you see, you just kind of get this on here. If you're in the VIP group, I will upload this design. I hope these are pretty even too. I really didn't take a good look. Let's see. They're okay. I don't know, guys. Is this going to look like him? Sirens going. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. The sirens, do you mean from them coming or the car's alarm? Oh, but I'm sure that was scary for everybody, and it just raises your blood pressure and all that. Okay, we have a couple of options on the rest. Let me go ahead and paint his teeth on, and we'll see if this starts looking more like a Frankenstein, a Frankie. We'll also give him some kind of creepy eyes, I guess. Maybe I'll do him bloodshot or something. And you know what else would be cute, guys? To get a sack, just one of those sacks with handles, or a burlap, or not burlap, but canvas sack, and paint this on there for a little trick-or-treat bag for kids or grandkids. Yes, Christy, I have a little something to put there. Yes, ma'am. Y'all have to tell me about how high. Hi, Nancy. How are you? I'm feeling pretty good. I always feel better when I'm here. I mean, I could be hobbling around the house like a 90-year-old woman, and when I sit in this chair and go live and do something with you guys, I feel better every time. So my prayer is that I hope that this is doing that for somebody here. I hope that you guys also, this makes you just feel a little better to have a little break in the day, kind of chit chat with friends in the comments, because I feel like if it makes me feel better, it must make y'all feel better, or somebody that just needs that. Well, like Anna having a hard day, that's a terrible, stressful thing to happen to her day, but she can come together and we can all be like, oh girl, you're fine, they're fine, you might have avoided an accident or whatever, and it's all okay. We've all done it. So nobody is alone, and you can kind of come together and realize you're not alone. Yes, Christy, me too. Right, Nelda? Mine too. Yes. Oh, good, Anna. Yes, you're. It's just fine. Oh, good, Mary Beth. My eyes are okay. Okay, good. I don't want them to be white like this. I'm going to go in and put some strains or something in there. If you have a little guy that wears glasses or a little girl that wears glasses, how cute would it be to put glasses on this? I always think that's a cute thing to do. Okay, let me get a little more black around those eyes. I think I might want them a little larger too. Thank you, Dana. How are you tonight? How was your day? How's everybody's kids doing in school? And, with just everything being so different. New school year, lots of kids changed like to middle school, and all the different teachers, and what do we think? Okay, now for this place up here, this stitch thing that they have going on, let's see if I can turn that down. It just doesn't want to go down more, but let me try this. Can y'all see okay? I cut out some of, remember I showed you, if you were watching my little bat project, oh, you can see the bat behind me. So see the bat. I used the, hold on. I didn't glue this on, but I used the little, so there's this little bow tie there. I use leather, this is just leather, faux leather, and put hot glue all over the little pieces. So I've got some of that left. I don't know why I didn't glue it on, but I just stuck it there and took a picture. Ooh. So I've got, some leather left, or faux leather. This was Hobby Lobby, I believe I said. $6.99. Yeah, Hobby Lobby $6.99, but half off. So if they still have it, that's a pretty good deal, because I've used it on several projects. But I cut it into little strips. So I thought it might be cute to make like a 3D element on here with that, and then have these little things coming across. Or do y'all think we should make it red? And in that case, I will use paint. So y'all tell me what you think. So just, that's kind of gives you a vision of what it would look like. Or we can do it red with just paint. Can y'all tell? And then we have a few of these that we're going to use for hair. There's two. Nope, that's not it. Where's my other one? Here we are. Needs to look like a scar or incision. Your bat is so cute. Thank you, Andrea. I had a lot of fun with that. Super easy, super easy. So then I've got this that we're going to bring down his hair. So I could even put this on the chin. You know, just kind of put down here on the chin. So you guys tell me, red or do y'all like the black? And then we'll have these kind of hot glued up here for his hair. I kind of had these in an order. Must have been like this, like that, and like that. Okay. What do y'all think? Let me know. Hello, Christine. How are you? And Denise, thank you. Thank you so much. I like adding some kind of 3D to it. Either way, super cute. Thank you, Angie. How are you tonight? Needs to look like a scar or incision. Okay, so that's what this is supposed to look like, is the scar. But do we use black or does it need like a red, like a pop of red? Oh, thanks, Dana. Again, use this would be cute on a sack so they could carry it to get their candy, or you like the hair? Thanks, Christy. Y'all let me know. Glad you're here, girl. Angie. Okay, so y'all be telling me about that while I quickly add just a little more paint. You like the black stitches, Cynthia said? Okay, y'all let me know. Black stitches or paint red. And it will look like a kind of a gross incision. But I mean, all in fun, because this isn't scary. You know what I mean? This is, even if a little child saw it, they wouldn't be scared of it. Black, red. Uh-oh, we're going to have so two reds, there's a black. Yes. Listen, I always say, don't leave me, because in the end it will kind of come together. Black scar, hair needs to be more shaggy. Skip the gross. Okay. Oh, that's okay, girl. It happens that Facebook turns them off when they do an update. You just kind of have to check again. Listen, sometimes I will, in fact, a lot of times I'll make a post and only 3 of you will give it a like. I'm like, I don't know, where's everybody? So I don't know if they just don't show it, or, so should I cut this into weirder pieces? What are y'all saying about the hair? Oh, I can't decide on the scar, red or black. For a kid, black. Well, I do like that, because I definitely don't want to do anything gross or scary for kids. I'm just not that way. I wouldn't do it. I never did. They have plenty of time to, they're going to get into some of that stuff as they get older, but when they're little, everything needs to be fun and cute. So here's what I'm looking for. Black, black. Okay, but I am going to give him some bloodshot eyes. So let me just try. Y'all, that's cute. Let me show it to you. Can y'all see that? Not too scary, just kind of creepy eyes. Red line with black stitches. Black gives, let's do a test. Do you ever put a brush on the water and then you can't find it? I have about 6 in there right now, so I'm just picking up every one but that. Let's see if our line was red. Thank you, Lori. And you know, red lines. Can y'all see this? Or there's that. Or, oops, that's really big. So which one do y'all like? And I think I'll put it on his chin. Oh no, Gloria! Yes, if we get angry faces, that gets reported to Facebook. They will give us a report on our video that says how many we got, and oh, so just give some hearts. It's okay, that happens. So the middle, the red one, red line, black stitches. Y'all vote, and I'm gonna start gluing on this hair, but I'm starting to wonder if it needs to be, you know, cut more or what. Is it too kind of perfect? Let's just see if we spread it a little. He kind of looks really goofy with his spread. I don't know. What are y'all thinking? Red and black. Red line, black stitches. You like the hair, Dana says. Red lines. Centipedes, Dana. Black scar. Cut the strip a bit narrower. Cut these narrower. Is that what you mean? Or these? Maybe you're talking about these, I bet. Okay, I see the vision. That is why I love crafting with you guys, because sometimes it's just fun to be directed by y'all, and y'all tell me what looks good and we'll change it on the fly. Hair strips, okay. So kind of like that, just kind of thinner. And should they go wonky or not? Kind of wonky. I guess I should look at pictures before I start something, because I always think I know just what it looks like, but obviously I didn't. You know, we've seen this forever, so it didn't seem like it'd be hard. Looks great. Perfect bangs. Okay. Let's start gluing them down. Y'all speak quickly if you don't like them for any reason. I've just got this one down wonky. We can cut it shorter, Pam. Y'all let me know if it needs to be shorter. We can definitely cut those edges if it does. You like changing on the fly? Now it looks like hair. Okay, good. Well, and we can even go cut them more. Okay, straight down. glue at the top the way it flows. Okie doke. I know, Dana. I mean, I'm sure I have on Pinterest, so, but, you know, when I was going to do this, I sketched it out. Here's my little sketch. I always show y'all my pathetic sketches that I'm like, that's kind of what it looks like, and you have to get something in your head to. So let me know if we need to cut the edges, like fringe them or anything, or cut them more wonky. Oh, thank you, Lori. Just a fun little something. You could totally do this with kids or grandkids. You could even let them design their own little funny guy. You don't have to call it monster. And, you know, it's just kind of, I think anything you can do to get kids to participate in something creative, go for it, because it's so much better than sitting on the iPad 24/7, and they're using a different part of their brain. We know that's good. And they're learning a coping mechanism for stress. So it's all good. Yeah, we've got bolts coming, Brenda. We sure do. Keep it wonky. Messy hair. Okay, what did we decide about the scar, y'all? It's funny looking. Whenever I have a little bit of chalk line on there, if I can't just get it off with a dry brush, I can wet my brush and get it off. Sometimes just a plain dry brush will scrape it right off. Stitches. We'll put the stitches on the chin. Okay, Angie. We'll see you later. Scar red. Let me just see, guys. It's gonna help y'all have a visual for if there was a scar there. I mean, I think the chin is kind of the obvious place, but y'all let me know. Is red too creepy? And if it is, do we do black? So let me show you with this. I'm just kind of throwing these on not correctly just to get the visual. So blur your eyes. And it will, and I'll cut it at, you know, the right length and everything, but can kind of blur your eyes and see what that would look like if we did the black and cut them shorter and all that. So picture them shorter. Black, black, red with black. Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. On the chin, but black. Black paint or this, the leathery stuff. Too funny. Oh man, y'all look, now red needs contrast. I can't decide. I just don't want it to look gory, creepy. That's my only concern. Anna says no red. Let me cut these the right length and see if we like it. Maybe some are too thick, so let me use the thinner ones. And we can paint them on too, which would be, we can control the size better. The jury's tied, I know. He needs the bolts. Yes, we're going to do that. That's last, because I think that's going to be what makes him the cutest. So it would be something like that. Does that look like stitches to you guys? Elaine said, oh, hi Elaine, no red. Okay. Leather gives dimension. Yep. Greasy says red with black. Black looks like facial hair. Ooh, we don't want that. The wound red, the stitches black. Oh, y'all. Y'all are making this so hard because I can't decide. So I think somebody, whoever is good with math, you just tally up real quick what y'all think and tell me. There's what it would look like if we do red with the black stitches. Okay, so that's our other option. Love the leather. Looks like the ones I had. Levada. Oh, 3D. Yeah, we like the 3D. The black strip. Oh my goodness. Your little boys love mom. This is not too scary. That's what I want to know from moms. I don't think it is, but you guys will have to tell me. 3D, please. We're all like leather. Okay, so all leather, is that what you're telling me now? Not scary. So all leather is what you're saying, because that would be a little more creepy. So let's do that, and just know that when you make yours, you could do, red, if you choose to. I'm going to try hard to get this down with this hot glue, and I think I can. Sometimes it does kind of make a little mess, so let's do our very best to, can y'all see? Okay, good. Well, that was a tough decision. And I'm going to make these stitches kind of a little bit wonky, not perfect, because, perfect doesn't work with this. Okay, let me hit this with the heat gun and see if I can melt some of these little glue strings. I look like a dog. Scalpel. Sometimes your hot glue kind of gets that little piece right there. I don't like that. So if you heat it up, you can usually pick it off. It just melts it just enough that lets you pick it off. And then you might have to touch up your paint. But okay, so there's that. What do we think? Y'all tell me what you think. Does it even look like Frankenstein? You love it, Dana? Okay. Okay, so the last thing really is to put on some bolts. I didn't have bolts, can you believe? I have all kind of nails and things, but here's what I was going to show you. So, I'm big on not just going out and buying, because if I went for bolts, I'd be buying other things too. So I've got these things, these little Jenga blocks that we can paint silver. So I'm not sure where they go, but somewhere around there. We have these, which if my board was fatter, I could totally put these on there. Let's see. They would still be okay, y'all. That would still be cute. So picture them silver and sticking out. So let's show you one or the other here. Okay, so there's those two choices. And I've got little, you probably have seen these at Dollar Tree, just little square beads. So you could use those if you have those, or you could double them up and they'd stick out further. Or if you happen to have some knobs, this is just like a cabinet knob. Now this, in my opinion, is too expensive to use on this because this was $4. Of course, I got it half off, but you know, it'd be cute. So you could screw that in there and have that sticking out, which would be super cute. So y'all tell me and we'll do whichever y'all think looks best. Round one, short one, knob. Oh no, are we gonna do this again? Not the King's blocks, the round one. What is King's blocks? Square beads, Jenga blocks, Jenga blocks. Oh, on the neck. So down here lower. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be coming out of his face. Square. So, are y'all saying these? Square, square, Jenga, Jenga. Oh no, Jenga. Okay, we're starting to see more Jengas. Yep, we're going to do this again. Now, if we need it shorter, I can glue it to the back. So see, you know, we paint it silver and then glue it to the back of it. So it doesn't have to be long. If this is too long, we'll glue it to the back. So y'all, double up square blocks. Okay, let me get my fat fingers out of the way, or try to. I don't think I can hold it and keep my fingers out of the way. Can y'all kind of see? So what y'all thinking? Round. They would be glued on the front, Christy? Oh, give him an actual neck and then glue him on the front? Oh, is that what you mean? Give him an actual neck. Ah, see, I was just thinking big neck, but yes, I could definitely do him a neck. Oh, y'all. Well, I don't know. I guess it was, but doesn't have to be. So if we gave him, you know, a neck, however we wanted to kind of draw it on there, then we could do these to the front of the board like so. What are y'all thinking now? I'm giving a lot of choices today. Lots of choices here. You didn't know you clocked off one job to come work with me. Okay, can y'all see that? And then the other thing we had would not work on this side of the neck. You know, just wouldn't work that way. This really wouldn't work that way. It would have to be on the side. So what are y'all thinking now? Make the neck wide with the square blocks. So don't draw on the neck. You see two little marshmallows? Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Small block. Well, Teresa says small. Make the neck wide with square blocks. Jenga is the winner. So neck wide, y'all. Look at everybody leaving us. I see like 50 people now. They're like, oh, I give up on this lady. Still too long? To the back. To the back. So take this off. This is kind of fun. I hope somebody's having fun. Hope I don't get a message like, get it together, lady. I kind of think that's cute, but y'all let me know. We can totally make a shorter neck, but kind of have it hanging off. Y'all, whatever. Let's see. I know, Dana. That's me. I know. It's like Well, it was okay, but now I kind of like that. But back the other way was fine. Yes, leave neck alone. Jenga to the back. I know, me too. I always have fun, and to me, this is just us being fun and silly, and who doesn't need more of that, right? So, I'm sorry that I'm not for everybody. Sorry, not sorry. That's just the way it is. Cute the way. Okay, well, we'll leave him this way. Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you. Hi, Tricia. How are you tonight? We've been going back and forth on our little Frankie. Let's give Frankie a name. Do we want a silly name? Or do we want to call him Frankie? That seems very basic. Oh no, Mary Beth doesn't like it on the back. Yeah, if these were a little shorter, that would be ideal. That would definitely be ideal. I just don't have anything that will cut these. I'd have to go outside and use my saw. Unless y'all think of something else quick. Let me think a second. Kind of looking at, ooh, listen, we could use some of this metal. Let's just take a look at it. It doesn't hurt to look, and we don't have to use it, but that might look like a bolt. Let's just look and see what we think. This is metal. They call it metal ribbon. I got it at Hobby Lobby. So I know it's hard with my finger there, you know. We could do something with that. I could do it on this side here. Oh, Deb, how are you? No, it's fine. It's just a simple little cute project, easy to do. No, I don't, Carol. Can you believe? Now, what I can do is I can leave it off and get bolts. So that's another option. A big bolt. Yeah, I can definitely get some. Christy. I know. Hilarious. The block. Need to leave. Oh, Diana. Thanks for being here. See, everybody's like, okay, I've had enough. I have had enough. We'll do the Jenga for now. We'll do the Jenga. We'll do the Jenga. And just know that a bolt would be the cutest. I just didn't have a bolt. Actually, I'll tell the honest truth. I had Ron. I said, go get me a bolt. See what the largest bolt that we have. And he came back and goes, we don't have any. I was like, none? He's like, no, we just don't. So I'll probably go look and dig and find one. But he said we didn't have any. So I took him at his word and figured, well, one of these will work. Still like the round. T-shaped. Oh, Cynthia, it is T-shaped. Yes, you're right. And that's my drawing. Look. Yep. That's why none of this is working for us. That's why. Okay. Okay, I see. Hold please. I have an idea. But I was gonna look for another. What if we glued the Jenga blocks, or these little square ones, on the Jenga block, and it would kind of look like a little thing. Are we just getting way too ridiculous with this? I know, a real bolt would just be perfect. So it would look like that. Oh dear. I'm glad. I'm glad I can be your entertainment. Funny stuff here. I don't know, y'all. Ta-da! I think I'm just going to put these now, and I'm probably going to rip them off and put a bolt, is the honest truth. I will probably rip these off and put a bolt. Whoops. Because I just think the bolt would be the cutest. So I'm going to put them to the back, just so that when I rip it off, it will not hurt the side and pull wood with it. So y'all are going to have to use your imaginations. But it will be cute when I'm done. What do y'all think? In a pinch with the bolts. Is that okay? Now, if we had used the boxy one, I was going to tell y'all that we could poke holes, and, you know, drill holes in it and put lights. But if nothing else, we could just drape these over it if we wanted to. And what I do, if I've done something similar before, I will take the little box and tape it right here on the ledge and just tape it down so that I can untape it and change out the batteries if I need to. But you could even have that there and kind of, you know, either drape the lights around him or just have it around the sign. Come on. So, you know, put it around it, like around the edges, or just kind of drape it and be, you know, like that. But I always think lights add so much to stuff at Halloween. So whatever you do, just make it fun. Yes, it's fun. Too fun. So I will, I'm going to go look for a bolt and see if I can find one or find two and put that on. So be watching for the picture, and I will post a picture. What y'all think of the lights? Would you use the lights at all? Yeah, I like the lights. I just like lights on everything. So draped. Thanks, Christy. I'm glad some of y'all liked it. Tomorrow it'll turn into a big old porch leaner with Christmas lights stuck in it and who knows what. This isn't even wanting to stick, so the project is telling me no Jenga blocks. It doesn't like the Jenga blocks. But anyway, I think it was fun. We always have fun when we hang out together. So if anybody happens to make one or paint one or do a bag or anything, be sure and post it and show us. You like the lights draped? Okay, good. Good, thanks. I thought it was fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you for being here and sprinkling and stars and all the stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks again.